What's up, guys? Tee off the tee back with another episode. I'm Davey. Jesse. Glad to have you guys back with us every Monday. So, man, a few weeks ago, my man here, Jesse, found a few things floating in his house. Not floating, but found a few items of concern in his house and around his house. And we're talking scorpions here.
Yeah.
And, dude, so how many did you find? 3? 4?
So my daughter found one. So the backstory is, I'm watching Golden Knights game. We just won, and I'm screaming, and I'm like, yeah. And I hear my daughter screaming from upstairs, and I'm like, did you see it? And she's like, yeah, I saw it. And I'm like, wasn't that amazing? And she's like, no, I saw a scorpion. And I'm like, what? And so I'm freaking out. I run up the stairs, and sure enough, there is a tiny baby bark scorpion sitting in her bathroom upstairs.
Damn.
So, and my wife is deathly afraid.
Yeah.
My son has allergies, so we're worried that, like, we take this kind of thing seriously.
Sure.
I know we live in a desert. There's scorpions everywhere, depending on what part of town you live in.
Yep.
We're up in Providence, and there's a lot in certain areas up there.
Wow.
So I went hunting every night that week, and I found another 13 so far.
13?
13.
Oh, my God.
You go get the black light.
Yep.
And I carry that little can of Raid spray from Lowe's. Black Flag Raid spray. It's perfect. It foams up, and they get stuck in it, and it handles them. You don't gotta get out the tweezer. You don't gotta,
So there was there had to be a nest of them somewhere on your property, right?
Well, the thing is I live very close to the clubhouse.
Okay.
And it has all the pools and all the water and the moisture.
Got it.
And so a lot of those bugs tend to thrive in areas near that.
Yeah.
So,
we apologize for the planes. We can't help that right now.
yeah, right? Go Air Force.
Yeah, right? Dang, they're going crazy. Okay, so this was a few years back, not at the current house that we're in now, but my wife now, but my girlfriend at the time, we're just sitting like watching, chilling out, watching a movie, and in our den, and we didn't have carpets then, we had like the nice vinyl flooring. Yeah. Okay. And it's the lay down waterproof stuff, the high end stuff. And she sees this thing run across literally across the room. And I'm like, whatever. I'm like, I didn't say anything. And then she hears this, it was like a little chirping noise. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So we get a flashlight, we go look, and we don't see anything. And then like an hour goes by, and we see this pretty good sized mouse in our house. And I don't know about you, dude, but I don't like rodents, and I don't like, when it comes to like rats and mice, I don't like them, and I don't want nothing to do with them. So long story short, we never found it that night. We had to go to bed, and I was I was just like, it's that fear of something crawling on you in bed. I didn't sleep well.
No, I feel you. Every time I put my feet in the covers, I always like, is this going to be the time?
Exactly.
There's going to be a scorpion in there just going to, got me.
So we did put some traps out, and we eventually caught 2 of them. Like, they must have been like, a mom and dad or whatever it was. Man. But long story short, at this old house, there was a small opening that they must have like chewed over time from behind our dryer or washer. And that was coming in from the front, like the front door area, but almost like where the foundation was. So unless you were down there looking, you wouldn't have seen it. Yeah. But they chewed through the drywall, small opening enough to get in. So once I foam sealed that, we never had an issue again at that particular house. Now, when I first moved to town, I lived over on the west side near Decatur and Charleston. It was a very cheap apartment that I could afford at the time, very, very low rent. And I had a bottom level apartment near the pool with grass and all that in the area. So guess what I dealt with a lot? Cockroaches. And we're not talking baby cockroaches. We're talking like 2 to 3 inches big cockroaches. Ooh. And I used to do radio in town. Yeah. And I just worked like a double shift. I was tired. It was a Saturday night or a Sunday morning, whatever it was. And I come home and I get in bed. It's like, at 2, 3 in the morning, whatever it was. And it wasn't from out clubbing. It was from working. And I get myself in the bed, and I feel this thing crawl on my feet. Dude, it was a freaking cockroach about 3-4 inches big. No, I ripped apart the sheets, ripped apart the bed. I got my shop back out. I'm chasing this thing down. I'm hitting it with my broom. I never found it that particular night. Like, I just fled. But the next day I found it and I got it. But man, talk about freaky out.
Dude. I can see you putting baseball bats through the wall.
Going crazy. Man. So this brings up the topic, what crazy crap have you found in your house? And if you're a new homeowner or renter, Maybe you went from an apartment to a house or whatever. What have you had to deal with? We've had to deal with some fun stuff.
Yeah,
so.
and it doesn't always have to be living. You could have come home and your water heater's just spraying out, flooding your whole garage or your whole first floor.
Yep, for sure.
Anything, let us know.
Yeah, let us know, guys. Thanks for checking us out. See you next time.